If Bob is not performing as well as he should, you can diagnose the problem with a simple home checkup test. If Bob fails any part of the checkup test, he may need a replacement part. In this case, please call our customer service center at 1-888-549-8847 for toll-free support in the US and Canada, or email us at support@bObsweep.com. Our hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Remove Bob from the charging station. Make sure Bob is not facing stairs, delicate items, furniture, baseboards, or ledges, as the sensors are not working normally while in checkup mode and he can fall off edges and run into objects. To put Bob in checkup mode, press and hold the Go, Charge, and Wi-Fi buttons simultaneously for a few seconds until the bot says, Home Checkup Mode activated. Bob is now in checkup mode. In this mode, Bob's Lidar sensor rotates. PetHair Slam's checkup includes 7 steps. Each step of the home checkup test verifies the performance of a different function of Bob. Switch between different steps by pressing the Wi-Fi button, and you'll hear Bob announce the name of the test. Once the desired step is selected, initiate testing by pressing the Go button, and you'll hear Begin Test. And end each test by pressing the Go button again, and you'll hear Bob say, Stop Test. To exit the checkup mode at any time, press the Go, Charge, and Wi-Fi buttons together again. You'll hear Exiting Home Checkup Mode, and Bob's Lidar sensor stops rotating. During checkup tests, if Bob is left idle for more than a minute, he'll automatically exit the home checkup test. Step 1. Battery. As Bob enters checkup mode, you will hear Home Checkup Mode activated. Battery. Alternatively, you can press the Wi-Fi button a few times again until you hear Battery. Press the Go button and begin test. The screen indicators start flashing. The number of indicators flashing corresponds to the amount of charge Bob's battery is holding. If all 5 indicators are flashing, Bob's capacity is 100% and fully charged. If less than 5 indicators are flashing, Bob may not be fully charged. Allow Bob to charge fully, then repeat this step. If Bob is fully charged but the indicators are not flashing, Bob's battery needs a replacement. Step 2. Edge and wall sensors. While Bob is in checkup mode, press the Wi-Fi button until you hear Edge and wall sensors. Then press the Go button and begin test. To test the edge sensors, lift Bob about a foot from the ground. Pay attention to make sure the edge sensors are not accidentally covered by your fingers. It's also recommended to remove Bob's side brushes to ensure the edge sensors are not obstructed. Go, trouble, and sound indicators light up on the screen, each corresponding with Bob's edge sensors from right to left. You'll also hear Bob beeping on the stage. To test the wall sensors, place Bob on a flat surface, then drag a thick white piece of paper or roll of paper towel in front of Bob's bumper from right to left. The Go, trouble, and sound indicators light up on the screen, each corresponding with Bob's edge sensors from right to left. You'll also hear Bob beeping, confirming activation of the sensor. Once done, press the Go button and stop test. Then move on to the next step. Step 3. Charging station. Place Bob 1 to 1.5 feet in front of the plugged-in charging station with his bumper facing the station. Then press Go and Bob will start rotating counterclockwise. As Bob starts to rotate and as the charging station and Bob's sensors successfully communicate, the battery, Go, trouble, and Wi-Fi indicators flash in order and Bob beats on each direction. Once done, press the Go button and stop test. Then move on to the next step. Step 4. Bumpers and Wi-Fi. Press the Wi-Fi button until you hear Bumpers and Wi-Fi. Press Go to begin test. In this step, once you begin test, the Wi-Fi indicator should light up, confirming that Bob's Wi-Fi module is in good working condition. To test Bob's bumper, place Bob on a flat surface, then slowly press the right, center, and left side of Bob's bumper. The Go plus trouble, and trouble indicators light up on the screen, each corresponding with the bumper's touch sensors from right to left. You'll also hear Bob confirming activation of each sensor by beeping. To test Lidar's mini bumper, slowly press the Lidar's mini bumper. The sound indicator will light up on the screen. You'll also hear Bob confirming activation of Lidar mini bumper by beeping. Once done, press the Go button and stop test. Then move on to the next step. Step 5. Motors. Wheels, main and side brushes, and vacuum. Press the Wi-Fi button until you hear motors. Lift Bob off the floor and hold him tight to secure his position, then press Go to begin test. The vacuum motor pulses and blows air from the back of the dustbin, then stops. Left and right wheels and main and side brushes should start rotating, confirming the motors are in good working condition. Once done, press the Go button and stop test. Then move on to the next step. Step 6. Lidar and charging. Press the Wi-Fi button until you hear Lidar and charging. Place Bob back on a flat surface and press Go to begin test. Place Bob against a white wall and rotate him with your hand. The sound indicator flashes as the Lidar sensors detect the object. Place Bob on the plugged-in charging station. All indicators will light up to confirm successful charging and contact. Once done, press the Go button and stop test. Then move on to the next step. Step 7. Reset device. Press the Wi-Fi button again until you hear Reset device. Note that this is a hard reset of all Bob's data and will erase any information stored on the device. This includes all existing map data, scheduled data, and customized cleaning data. To avoid accidentally erasing Bob's data, use this step in isolation only. Do not press Go and watch the Hard Reset Bob PetHair Slam video for more information. The home checkup test is now complete. To exit checkup mode, press the Go, Charge, and Wi-Fi buttons together again. You'll hear exiting home checkup mode and Bob's Lidar sensor stops rotating. If Bob completes the checkup test without any issues, then his internal parts are working properly.